Hi everyone. My name is Laura and I am so grateful that you are joining me today for this meditation centered around the five senses. So this can be very grounding, very orienting, soothing for the central nervous system, soothing for things like anxiety. So if you are not already in a comfortable seated position, then I'll invite you to find one now. And know that you might also take this practice outside, where the senses can really come alive in nature, if that's an option for you. Or you may lay back wherever you are, indoors or outdoors, if that's more comfortable. Wonderful. So yes, thank you so much for joining me today. We'll begin. You can start by finding any remaining movements or shifts that support you in being just as comfortable as possible for this experience. If you're seated, you could adjust any props that you might be perched on top of. You might move from side to side a little bit to really feel yourself rooting through your sits bones. Lengthening through the spine from both seated or reclined. So we start to cultivate a sense of space and length through the spinal column, smoothing out even through the neck. So you might tilt the chin ever so slightly toward the throat to lengthen through the back of the neck. Let's begin by tuning into the sense of sight. So before the option is presented of closing down through the eyes, you might start to relax your gaze. You could keep your gaze still on one object, and without gripping at the image of that object, can you take in the shapes, the textures, the colors, not only of your focal point, but also with your peripheral vision. Taking in the colors, textures, shapes of your focal point and of your peripheral landscape. Noticing the sense of sight. Tuning into this sense. And then if it feels comfortable for you, you may keep your eyes open. Or if it's your preference, to begin shutting down through the eyes. You could let the upper and lower eyelids come toward one another. And for a few moments, pause with the eyelids open just a slight little bit. Like a little crescent moon shaped window is open through each eye. Continuing to sense any lingering imagery, any view of the external world. And then if it feels right, you may close right down through the eyes. The upper and lower eyelids connecting, touching softly. Now you may continue to sense any light in your space. light indoors, or maybe natural light if you're outside. This light coming in from all directions, perhaps, both eyes, all around, as if aglow with the light around you. Or perhaps you are in a space of darkness. Sensing perhaps the lack of light in your space, the soothing, regenerative, meditative darkness. Notice how closing down through the eyes, if you've taken that option, you might notice how it supports you in drawing your awareness inward. Continuing to sense the outer landscape, but also more intimately now, the inner landscape. Breathing in and out through the nose. You can notice as breath flows in and out of the body, washing, flooding in, pouring softly out. Breathing at a pace that's comfortable for you, that feels natural. And as you breathe in and out of the nostrils, on your next inhale, can you notice if you sense any smells in your space? You might imagine you've taken your nose up to a flower or fresh earth, soil, moss. And like you're breathing in, intentionally inhaling a fragrance. What is the aroma that you notice? Whether you're indoors or out. Is there a sense of symmetry between both nostrils? Breathing evenly, enjoying scents evenly. You might imagine that this fragrance could wash over you, that you could bathe, envelop yourself in whatever scent you are enjoying, as if creating a container, a safe container all around you. And you may notice the connection between the sense of smell and the sense of taste. Let's take a breath in through the nose, out of the mouth Again, like you're breathing in the smell of your favorite flower. After you slowly exhale through the mouth, take a moment to swallow in the throat. And you might sense any lingering tastes in the mouth related to perhaps food or beverage, or the sense of smell you've been connecting with. You might again exhale through the mouth and swallow in the throat. Or perhaps you inhale and exhale through the nose, and being with the sense of taste. You may tune into moisture in the mouth, different notes of flavor at the front, sides, or back of the tongue. Noticing whatever you notice. Imagine the pathway from the nose and the throat, guiding you to the passage of the inner ear on either side. Opening to the sense of hearing. You might take this time, these first moments, to take in all of the sounds all around you. Perhaps in your space if you're indoors, and then notice if you can hear sounds outside of your space. Sounds near, sounds far off in the distance, sounds with a higher pitch, a lower pitch, and across the entire spectrum and range. There may be sounds that you're hearing more obviously with the right side ear, more clearly. Or perhaps the left side ear. For a moment, can you isolate the sense of hearing to just left side? hearing sounds with only the left side ear. And then isolating your sense of hearing on just the right side. Taking in all of the sounds near and far, high and low, repetitive, constant, or spontaneous. With both ears now together. Listening intently. Orienting to your experience here and now. Exactly where you sit or lay. Notice the points of contact that you share with the ground below. Tuning into your sense of touch. Sensing the ground below and the sky above. The space above and all around you. The touch of air on your skin, of clothing, maybe blankets on your skin. Perhaps your hands are resting on your body. Notice their touch. You may notice different temperatures at different areas. Come back to the breath. As you breathe in and out, notice the touch of the air inside the body. In the nostrils, sinuses, throat, maybe even in the lungs. You might also hear the sound of your breath. Deepening your breath as you start to intentionally come back to the space around you. Feeling strongly oriented to this space. This moment here and now. This space within and all around. Coming back to the eyes, awareness landing Around the eyes and eyelids, you might sense the eyelids touching one another ever so softly. Perhaps you sense the space between the eyelids. And if your eyes are closed here all the way, you can begin to open this space slowly, fluttering the eyes open a tiny little crack, sensing the colors, the light, where the light touches on the surfaces, the different textures, until the eyes are slowly all of the way open again. Taking a deep breath in, a full, slow exhalation. Beautiful. I hope that you found the meditation journey guided by the senses to be soothing, calming for the central nervous system. Do let me know in the comments if there is perhaps a particular sense that you feel you can most easily connect with, or perhaps there's a sense that you feel really helps you to calm the mind and to orient to the present moment. And I want to thank you so much for joining me for this meditation. This is a very root chakra, muladhara chakra experience. And if you're interested in learning more about the chakras, I'm part of the staff of a 200-hour online yoga teacher training called Embodied Wisdom Yoga Teacher Training with the School of Living Yoga. So this is an online 9-month journey beginning September of 2022 with people all around the world that are looking to dive deep into their practice and to understand the chakras, the energetic body, the prana maya kosha, and to understand themselves even more deeply and intimately from a lens of love and compassion. So if you wish to learn more about that online yoga teacher training with the School of Living Yoga, please do check out either the description below or the comments, and I will leave the links to that training below. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.